Hello again, Glitch Reaper here. I have a lot of things to report from previously doing things. Hmm. You just have this as I usually set up. You'll find it. You'll find it. There you go. Happy Dolphin. Anyhow, all the Dolphin is playing it. I need to adjust so many things. Where do I even start? Okay. As you can see, I'm back in my usual logging world, which means I'm back to my computer. Well, it wouldn't necessarily have to mean that, but let's just go with that for now, because that's pretty much what's happening. But this is after I've had my overhaul. Not everything is completely resynced or redone, and I'm wondering if some things are just not quite remembering their previous settings. So I'm gonna have to be roto-rooting that around for a while now. So I'm not sure exactly how soon I'll be in on things in terms of YouTubing per se and at full steam, because I still have to route around a lot of things. This also includes some other things that are kind of technically happening right now. Now, as I may have mentioned before, Overwolf is now the thing that routes CurseForge through it rather than Twitch, or at least it's going in that direction. I don't know if it's completely out yet. I mean, it could be that it's already switched over completely, and I'm gonna have to get that on my computer now rather than just hanging out with my bro's computer. So there's that. The other thing is I did try to do an episode of Minecraft as we go earlier, but it didn't work out because there were some technical issues in both actual equipment and also in terms of there being kind of a bug I found that I might have to report having to do with maps. I think it's any map that you had previously been filling in and explored whenever you transitioned into the new snapshot kind of broke it. That was on 21W05 B, if you want to know which one I was on, where it broke, in case you're watching this much later. But that's probably not too terribly likely, as these are logs and are usually more current events, so it's good to catch them while they're up pretty close to that event. I think maybe this could be an indicator of something very special, though. Because it had to do with maps, it may have to do with the mapping system being overhauled along with them preparing for vertical biomes. You know, for like the new caves and stuff, like the Deep Dark, the Lush Caves, maybe a few others. But because of this having to do with maps, it could be preparing the code for something like that. And so we might get a special caving map, or maybe maps will be able to start at a particular altitude, and then you'll be able to actually just see stuff from there on the map, like where you found a dungeon, where you found a mine shaft, maybe where you found an amethyst geode, or a lush cave biome, or the deep dark, or see various things like that for your various caving needs. So that would be good if they were working out that way. Right now, I was having some serious technical issues with those maps, including trying to even get a new special point set on them with a banner, where you put kind of a waypoint on the map. Did not work out either. So I was also having some technical struggles with my controls, and I'm wondering if that's because of me resetting things together or what. So I'm still figuring a lot of that out, and some of it may be technical issues, like I may need a new mouse finally. I mean, I'm working on a mouse that's been around for a while, so it could have gotten oversensitive over time and be the cause of certain things, and it could have gotten undersensitive otherwise. But maybe if I just finally decide to get myself a new wireless mouse, it'll have a better day. So that could totally be a thing. Yeah. In other news, I will be starting pretty heavily into a new job soon. I have no idea how that's going to affect my YouTubing, because every time I go to any particular job, regardless of whether it's full or part-time, I don't know how it's going to affect everything otherwise, for many reasons, not the least of which is different degrees of tiredness, and did he leave the Nether Star again, or did he take it with him? I think this time he took it with him. I'm not sure. Hey, Dolphin, are you still tracking into their star? Did you boot it all the way out? Because I'd like to give you one as a volleyball. Well, I'm not seeing it float to the surface, so maybe he yeeted it over into another time zone. Well, he's certainly doing something. I don't think nether stars are able to time out, so that's one of the reasons why I give it to them, is it's an item not meant to time out. Anyhow, as I was saying, regardless of whether or not... Oh, now I see it. Now I see it. Okay. Now I see it. It is, in fact, in there. So doing this backwards is very tricky. Okay, let's back it up. There we go. Ready for next dolphin run. But yeah, regardless of whether or not a particular job is full or part-time, it can really vary as to whether or not it's going to really affect me and how I do things, because various things like schedule and maybe or maybe not just how intense the job is, so I have no idea exactly how that's going to affect my YouTubing. I mean, I have in the past been able to keep things up with people not really knowing what was going on there, so it might work out fine. It might just be one of those times where I just have to do just a few videos a week rather than every single day. But, we'll see. But we'll see how it works out. It might be full steam after I get everything finally technically ironed out. It might not. But either way, it'll be a combination of me trying to reestablish some things on my computer and me dealing with a new job. So, all that together. And don't worry, I'll be... I should be fine. So, we'll just see how this all works out. For now, I think that's pretty much the main things to know. Is I had an episode of Minecraft As We Go on 21W05B that I was going to do, but it wound up getting scrapped due to technical issues, and I also found some glitchiness in it in terms of a bug with maps that may or may not be an indicator of us getting new mapping system for the Caves update. Because they got a lot of things to go over, and that involves a lot of code that may be interconnected, so stuff happens. I'm getting a new job that will probably affect things, and I'm still trying to deal with technicalities on my computer. That said, I mean, this has been an interesting year, or overall year period of time, for a lot of things, including, well, a lot of stuff. Now, I'm going to try to remember to put this out on some of my other channels too, because it's not just Minecraft, it's also, of course, maybe Magic Gathering, maybe Binding of Isaac, so my alternate channels for the original card game for the win, and whenever Isaac, yeah. Wow, it has been so long since I've been able to do any of those things. Gosh. Yeah, that's you know, it's been a while when. But yeah, so those may or may not be affected as well. I don't know. So again, I'll be putting this out on those channels as well, because this kind of affects everything, because we have all this compounded stuff happens. And as I was also on the Minecraft side of things, remember, as Overwolf transition is happening, I have no idea how that's going to affect things. I mean, it may just transfer smoothly from my CurseForge files. It could, on the other hand, say I have to re-download everything, or transfer things like crazy, with a lot of copy and pasting. I have no idea how that's going to work out. So for I may have to, like, if I have to just completely redo what I'm doing modded. Now, mob battles are easy. I pretty much set them up on the spot most of the time anyhow. But for, like, long-term modded series, if I had to redo, like, a magic thing, and would it be time to end Atomic Resurgence 2 and start, like, a new, like, 1.16 point something or other magic series that may include a lot of aspects that used to be in Thaumcraft, because people have been picking up on great things that they liked from it and continuing it. So some of your favorite stuff about Thaumcraft will not die regardless. Also, somebody has picked up Thaumcraft and is officially porting it, but it could take a while to get up to the newer versions, and he's also super busy. So, again, always remember, IRL likes to just slam dunk you sometimes, and you have no control. So, stuff like that happens. This also happens to programmers and to devs of mods, too. So, and to the game, even. Like, we know what big things have happened, but a lot of little stuff can happen, too. You just always know. You never know when an emergency happens. Me suddenly remembering the emergencies that happened over this period of time. I'm not going to go over all that. I really don't want to think about it. Let's just say stuff happened. Family stuff happened. Intense family stuff happened. Well, it's not like anybody noticed that being an issue at the time, because it was on my fans, because thing was, it happened while I was already having computer issues and couldn't really dwell on that at the time either, when there was other stuff happening. So yeah, just call it kind of all blended together there. So yeah, things happen. But yeah, if I had to do like a super modern series on 1.16 point whatever, would anybody be up for that if I had to switch to that soon? I mean, there's a lot of unfinished business I've got on Thought Resurgence 2, and I'd like to do it. I've been enjoying doing it for quite some time, but if it winds up, in this transition, it winds up getting lost due to technical issues, well, that'll be how that goes. I remember how I was pretty much theming doing the other one I was doing for other series and stuff, and I can kind of continue in other ways, maybe have a redo. I mean, I'm very determined to break Vethia. That's something I really want to do. As for tinkering around on Tuesdays, I might wind up transitioning to Tinker's Construct if I can't figure out any more combos with Lycanite's mobs, or I might do some other highly customizable mods. You never know. But Tuesday is there for tinkering. So if I happen to be able to on Tuesday, I will tinker. It's just what I'll do. Just like me trying to mob battle on Thursdays. And other things happening, like Friday Night Magic and Divine Sunday and all that stuff. And of course Saturdays is probably going to be the new home of me doing Minecraft as we go. Again, lots of things like, if I get to them on that day, I'll get to them on that day. So we'll just see how it all works out. Because I'm having so many transitions at the same time, it is just ridiculous. I mean, some of it good news, some of it bad news, some of it just mixed news, some of it crazy news, some of it science news. I usually don't report on that, but it's always interesting, and this period of time that we've been through has actually been a pretty good science year. It's just gone by the wayside because other stuff was happening. Yeah, that's been wacky. But anyhow, to get my mind off the bad things and celebrate the good, I believe I'll be logging off here, as I usually do with a Parrot Party. And because I've been doing some stuff with the piglins recently, with Minecraft as we go, hanging out in the nether, and dealing with the piglins, well, wheeling and dealing, I will go on with Pig Step, because it is a jivey song. You gotta go with the marching tune sometimes. Yeah. I didn't quite get it. Anyhow, I will get back to the Parrot Party. At least they know how to groove. There we go. Anyhow, this is Glitch Ripper. I'll be logging off. Hope to hear from you all later. And remember, join the Parrot Party. Goodbye for now, everybody.